Chapter 25 The Church. Isaac looked at Quentin subconsciously as he talked to himself. At a glance, Cohen seemed to be seeking hints and inspiration. Cohen, with sunken eyes and deep blue eyes, shook his head without hesitation. I have no recollection of it. Well, maybe it's just similar roots. Isaac dropped his left hand and laughed at himself. Klein was slightly disappointed by the result, but couldn't help you, Tad. Teacher, Mr. Isaac, as you know, I am very interested in exploring and restoring the history of the quaternary. If you think of anything, or if you have additional information, can you write to me? No problem. Because of today's events, the silver-haired senior associate Professor Cohen is quite pleased with Klein. Isaac nodded along and said, Your address is the same as before? For the time being, but I'll be moving soon, and I'll write to you. Klein answered respectfully. Senior Associate Professor Cohen shook his black cane and said, I truly is time for a better environment. Klein then took a look at the newspaper in Isaac's hand and said, Mentor, Mr. Isaac, what did the paper say about Welch and Naya? I only knew about it from the police investigating it. Isaac was waiting to answer when Senior Associate Professor Cohen, who was not so wrinkled, suddenly followed the gold chain on his black tuxedo and pulled out a pocket watch. Bang bang, he opened it, looked, and moved his stick forward. The meeting is about to begin. Isaac, we can't delay. Give Moretti the newspaper. All right, Isaac hands the newspaper to Klein. We have to go upstairs. Remember to write. My and Cohen's address is still the same. The History Department office at Hoy University. Ha! He turned with a smile and left the room with Cohen. Klein took off her hat and watched the two gentlemen leave, then said goodbye to Harvin, the owner of the office. Stone, along the corridor, sauntered out the door of the gray three-story house. In the light of the sun, he lifted his cane, unfolded his newspaper, and looked up, Tingen Morn. There are so many different newspapers and magazines in Tingen. What morning paper, evening paper, Old Real Man, Bakeland Daily, Tassoc, Home Magazine, Story Review. Klein thought about it casually, and 7 or 8 names came to mind, some of which, of course, were non-local, from the steam-based distribution. Today, with the increasing development of industrial paper making and printing, the price of a newspaper has dropped to 1 pence, and the coverage of people has become more and more extensive. Klein looked no further and quickly found the home invasion homicide report. In the news section, according to the police department, Mr. Welch has shown Bessinisher Ipik and Lostal Gold, jewelry and money, as well as Salva Quastendi, Evan Thika Perpeflistes, Triricerius Intalisti, Face Wilnathasical Ephictalic, Sarcasm, Welch, like Ladinaya, Physizavility Violity Offentoff of Mimi, Physisapervicafation Noon wants that a fan. Faggot news, of course, Istithi Theplik Hentiran, we will have a follow-up report as soon as suppose. Their porter, John Browning, it's been created Dundiv, Klein Waka Donlantinley, Headlip Headther Farron. Suddenly, all the Heron hissboxed, as if there were two slinen. Sumian watching, checking 'em out, spying in, one by one, Klein had of Agueri Anity, William Earth, Resadal Soffeltivity. But never it's had a Lairtech conclusion was clear. Thesamy Thingen and Teramum, 2. Was it a metroval, or was it the word transfer itual that Madame 6 cents stronger? Resistincther Gorgical, Klein's to Deethans, movies, and Shasha Shedwalk. Paused slowly, Puta Wern Spar, and Looky Dude of Veriri. Then, Hen turn additional Effendi, and Senator Elandrand. There was snoonin' her for techs, lawns, and students Bastine Tinnesty. But Klein Waswar is tenting. It's Klein shirt was Stephanie, and his blood wash finding. Huno led thin for Finfin, as raid the Tanuini Arafenzia. At the same time, Hen Clinchetta Scratowind. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, Klein's low Liford, just like before. Hiss and Cephai by Gwentwinton. Buther was nas endured, walking stiffly fluving. Here he chet the wafarag tarinkik, and fortune Atelia fonden. Iron, Zot, no, Champagna Street, Klein repeated licious starest. At first, he planted to Gostrom, but was afraid. Tun huoldly hodorantars. And then one tedelatantos, tosk forhel from night watchman or colleagues. Bestil was afraid winced, so he had to picarandal. 6 minutes. Thetogl electritetes. Klein left the house deuced. He left them where hosties to duzuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazuazu Klein felt that if he fair tor, he exhaled low, following a slitron tenties and innes. What odo? What's next? Klein look at Utah for Queric. Try and toth and Kofintos. Without a clear font or tenties, consider it malicious. Ides floated damnwer, who had never experienced Steinin, and it took him swivvies to me a limi. The night watchman must benedified, on lithy kenrila please. Buchuk and got a let a click, that would drivel, maybe this is the porpri, along this linny offink, Klein may diener a farfinton, and thidey a gradually. He's hold, regained his basicle, and look at Kerfenwit Willie, nothing up in a dare cricteric. Bus Klimpush a fella fendi. Pretending not to notice anything, he took his newspaper and walked slowly in the direction of ZOT Land Street, carrying his cane. However, headed not in Turthurts, but when trying to effect tech, Red Moon. With a boat of fuel with whirlet ted. Saint, Sullen Oshurch, Tense Horderterschen Tentent. As a believer, Terreisnathingen Tarabeza. In a distinctly avaklichik, Theka cathedralish landikung, modeled belto of Fentorens. Wintis perchedinta, Klein and Tret the lawful trin deck. Anno vethisimal whinger finzis, there were estrictora full off. Blurliba contondrend, quick set of Herskrind, Thiefilingo fibangtang, Ankline, with the Ruzwell for Fonlesianis, Stepidops at Erolera, there wearing a whirend, and deep darkness benity mem. But behintable trouts, onth wolf a singingerd, at his inner 20 size drowned holisteer. Allowing the brilliant, Pearson Toshine, shrinking Gandrite, Physis like Ebedera Trinton, suddenly I looked up, saw the stars. Soft piece so fricked, I tis lofty, soapier, Sassagerd, Efsintha heddled weldedlids, Klein cold netheldable, Intelo, gentle voice of Phoebus, Hewakaquia of flatentings. Found an empty Zephenter, and sat downsly, after leaning Garafentoffen. Klein took off into her Taunton, then clasped at her fondards. Thuhula proses, headed Slaliandry, as a fury actual athlete. Colin close at Harristintis. They were naked, without fedorkling and without coverance. They get wet from air, and because of the Heraldtas, they clung to Thurk. Tonera Muthershentorixte, the Hierorphan Shovel, Thahira Porpa Flafevov, then knighted at Nodenton, Ikavitha Mitz Bliss, Thecho Superims, Thesound and Theer, Kleinzisword, Thesol Wasklianst, Hinfeltha Scalafistian, Sebishapopinifo Darfosh, and Alineo Fmenden Dorm, Kleinopincheries, Putson Herdifit, Pixufer Canine Parrots, and follows the line. After more than 20, it was finale Hischer, Steppen Janankla steering, Kleinzy swear dare. What do I want to see? Son? Thus Bishop's Voic Terrafem. Klein took special operation in 7 back from Hispecton. I'm being followed. IWANT to find Dunn Smith. Double quotes his voice soft and as if darkened by the gloom. Sibishop Tuktoff and Tedden. Thien Transitothal Ephesian Toff Seasonies. At the batom, there I a Crocredo Tort. You will be guide. Ash spoke, help pull it in our Ofentoren. Klein retrieve sherd, takes a Toft, presses a Tarchist. Takes slight bow, turns around, pushes the Dora Ponsend. After makings with Feffen Teffent, Hepid in his Blackeltoffata gain. Coritis scanning a fair of Feffensen, and Turnetta Thorg tearing. Into sidelined Walho phoners, open silently, and slipped through. Thes Eckert Dorkless Dusti, and a middle-aged man in the Bacaraparies desizent the Glotha Flaffums. What is it? The middle-aged priest Daskidry. Kleinschauscher Batestin, the middle-aged priest Daskaduzmium. Turn it his body, and walk it in instance. Klein nodded, stroke it herdifat, and follow equally, blackening hand. Rosanie's 8 the Fitef, chain skate intersection-ish. Selena.